Hi students, good morning everybody. Today we are going to discuss the common ion effect. This is from chemical equilibrium of class 11. So before going to that, if you are first time to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to tap the bell icon. Now let us move on to our topic, that is common ion effect. This effect is applicable for ionic equilibrium. So let us consider an ionic equilibrium. The ionic equilibrium between the undissociated molecule AB and the dissociated ions A plus and B minus. So here the ionic equilibrium mainly exists in between dissociated ions and undissociated molecule. So here it is undissociated molecule, this is dissociated ions. So this happens only when the substance is weak electrolyte. Suppose if the substance is strong electrolyte, the substance completely dissociates to form A plus and B minus. Okay, if the substance is strong electrolyte, whether it is acid or base, it will dissociate completely into ions. So here there is no any equilibrium. But in this weak electrolyte, there exists equilibrium between dissociated ions and undissociated molecules. Okay, so this is the weak electrolyte. Weak electrolyte. So let us consider this weak electrolyte. A solution of weak electrolyte is there. Here it is the weak electrolyte. So there exists equilibrium between dissociated ions and undissociated molecules. So now applying law of mass action, the equilibrium constant K will become, it is the product of concentrations of products upon concentrations of reactants. Okay, so this is by applying law of mass action. So here what is law of mass action? So the rate of reaction is directly proportional to active masses of reactants. So here this is an equilibrium reaction, that's why both forward reaction and backward reaction takes place. So that's why the rate of reaction depends upon the active masses of, that is concentrations of reactants. So here by applying law of mass action we get K equal to this one. Okay. Now in order to understand this common ion effect, we have to know something about ionic product and solubility product. So let us go through with these definitions also. So here according to law of mass action, K will become A plus into B minus by AB. So here these are concentrations or nothing but active masses. So suppose if it is a saturated solution, so for saturated solution, solutions are of three types: saturated solution, unsaturated solution and supersaturated solution. So in case of saturated solution, the solution consists of the solute which can dissolve in it. That means the undissociated molecules will remain constant. That means the concentration of AB will be constant. So here we can write it like this: K into AB is equal to active masses of A plus and B minus. So here K is a constant, equilibrium constant, and AB is another constant. Because it is a saturated solution, so the undissociated molecule will be constant. So here we can consider, let it be the product of these two constant will be another constant, that is KSP is equal to A plus into B minus. So here KSP is called solubility product. KSP is called solubility product. So here the product of A plus and B minus is called ionic product. So here these are ions, so the product of these ions are called ionic product. Okay, so here what is meant by ionic product? So the product of the concentrations of ions of a solution is called simply ionic product. So this ionic product is equal to solubility product for saturated solution. So if the solution is saturated solution, then the product of concentrations of ions is equal to solubility product. So that is the definition of solubility product. So let us have a look on these two definitions. So here ionic product means the product of concentrations of all ions in a solution is called ionic product. And solubility product means the product of concentrations of ions of a saturated solution. Here it should be the saturated solution is called solubility product. So it is represented by KSP. Okay. Suppose if the ionic product is greater than solubility product, if ionic product is greater than solubility product, then only the precipitation takes place. In any solution, the precipitation takes place if the ionic product is greater than solubility product. Here solubility product is represented by KSP. Okay, this is the basic principle for precipitation of any solution. If the ionic product is greater than solubility product, then the precipitation of any solution takes place. So let us check this statement. Suppose here this is in equilibrium condition. So that means the solution is in equilibrium condition. So suppose if you are adding any substance like Cb, so this is a strong electrolyte. Let us consider this is a strong electrolyte. Here we are considering weak electrolyte. For this weak electrolyte, we are adding another strong electrolyte which is having ions C plus and B minus. So here the common ion is B minus. So in such a way, we have to add a strong electrolyte to the weak electrolyte. So by adding this strong electrolyte will dissociate completely into ions. That's why it produces maximum amount of C plus and B minus. So that's why here the concentration of ions increases here. So due to increase in concentration of ions, the ionic product goes on increases. If the ionic product goes on increases, then the precipitation takes place. Okay. So here by the ionic product increases, what happens? So here if the product of concentrations of these ions increases here, that means here also increases, that means here also increases. So the numerator value goes on increases. By the addition of another electrolyte, that is strong electrolyte which is having common ion, so the ionic product goes on increases, that means the numerator value goes on increases. So here if the numerator value goes on increases, the product side goes on increases. So if the concentration of products increases, according to Le Chatelier principle, the equilibrium will shift towards left hand side, that is towards reactant side. Okay, clear? So if the concentration of products increases, then the equilibrium will shift towards reactant side according to Le Chatelier principle. So whenever the product of ions, that is ionic product increases, then the equilibrium shift towards left hand side. That means the dissociation of electrons decreases. Okay, clear? If the concentration of ions increases, the equilibrium will shift towards left hand side, that is towards the reactant side, that is towards the undissociated molecules. That means in the net solution, the number of undissociated molecules goes on increases. That means the precipitation takes place. Okay, so due to increase in ionic product than solubility product, the precipitation takes place. So now let us understand the definition of this common ion effect. So here we are adding a strong electrolyte to weak electrolyte which is having common ion. Then the equilibrium will shift towards left hand side. That means the ionization will be suppressed. So the suppression of this ionization of weak electrolyte by the addition of a strong electrolyte which is having common ion is simply called as common ion effect. Okay, so here it is the suppression of ionization of weak electrolyte by the addition of strong electrolyte having common ion. So this is called common ion effect. So this common ion effect is mostly used in qualitative analysis for the identification of cations. So during the identification of cations, this common ion effect will helpful for prediction of cations. Second group cations and fourth group cations are there. So those group cations can be separated by precipitation of those sulfides, cation sulfides like copper sulfide, iron sulfide likewise. And this principle is also useful for the purification of sodium chloride. So generally sodium chloride is obtained from seawater. So the aqueous solution of sodium chloride is bubbled with HCl gas. So the sodium chloride dissociates to form Na plus and Cl minus. So the aqueous solution of this sodium chloride is bubbled with HCl gas. That means HCl gas is passed into this aqueous solution. So now HCl produces, this is a strong electrolyte, so HCl produces H plus and Cl minus. This will completely dissociate into ions. So due to presence of the common ion, the equilibrium will shift towards left hand side. That means only pure sodium chloride will be precipitated out. Due to increase in ionic product, the ionic product is greater than solubility product, then the precipitation of sodium chloride will take place. So only the pure sodium chloride will be precipitated out, whereas the remaining impurities like sulfates and carbonates, like that, so those will not be precipitated. So only sodium chloride, pure sodium chloride will be precipitated out due to presence of common ion Cl minus. Okay, so this is the application of this common ion effect. So mostly useful for the purification of sodium chloride. And also this common ion effect is useful for the identification of some cations. So by precipitating those cations into corresponding sulfides or hydroxides, like that, so by increasing the ionic product, we can precipitate those into their sulfides or hydroxides. Okay, thank you. Like the session, share the session, and please subscribe to my channel. And here is a small question for you. So what is the dissociation of calcium phosphate? The formula of calcium phosphate is Ca3PO4 twice. So by the dissociation of calcium phosphate, which of the ions are obtained? Please comment me the answer in comment box. Okay, so what are the ions produced by dissociation of calcium phosphate? Please comment me the answer in comment box. Thank you.